All right, we're welcoming back Josh Varnell, Harry Tornado, online seller, YouTuber. He's been on the show before, and he's also now an event organizer, planner, and keeping pretty busy with all that. He's here today to tell us all about his upcoming event, FlipCon. So we'll get right into it. Welcome back to the show, Josh.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for FlipCon. It's the first event I've ever attempted to plan, and I knew it would be fairly in-depth and require a lot of work, but you don't really realize how much work it is until you actually do it for the first time. But it's going to be fantastic. I think it's 20 days away. It's August 24th through the 25th. And things are starting to fall into place. We're starting to finalize the last minute details. And again, I'm just very, very excited. It's going to be really fun for both the people that are coming to speak and you guys are our only sponsor of the event, listperfectly. Shout out you guys. And it'll be fun for the attendees as well, for sure.
I know Claire is very excited. I am too, but Claire, you're excited.
And you too. I think we're both like, oh my God, T-minus.
Absolutely.
Josh, how did the idea for FlipCon come about?
That's a good question. I don't remember like an exact moment of I want to do an event. I think I was just talking to Caleb, Phoenix Resale. He's the guy I'm hosting the event with. And he and I have been really good friends for maybe 2 years or so now. And just one day we were like, we should do an event. We were seeing other events, and I went to the Boss Reseller Remix last year, which was great. We're going to do that again this year as well. But I wanted to do something for the East Coast people, just because, we had, I think there's other, like there's Posh Fest and there's eBay Open and everything, but that's really specific to like only people that sell on that platform. And we wanted something to kind of hit like reselling in general, as well with a little twist of social media. So I'd say the conference is going to be FlipCon. It's going to be probably 80% reselling and like 20% YouTube and social media. I feel like there's a lot of, it might not apply to everybody, but there's a large percentage of people that are coming that are interested in that, whether they currently have a YouTube channel or it's just something they want to do to diversify their business and hopefully increase their income. So I think we're the one event that's hitting both of those key things without like a steady, laser focus on one selling platform. I don't know, like a year ago is when we first started planning it. And then honestly, like you think it would take a year to plan, but most of the stuff that goes into the works is done within like the last 3 months. Like once you pick the hotel and you set up the website, there's not really much else to do until you get closer to the event. So the last 6 or 7 months since the website's been up, we've just been kind of floating and selling tickets here and there, but things are really starting to pick up now. We're almost sold out. I think we've got like just under 50 tickets left.
Awesome.
And hopefully we do sell out.
One of the things I really like about FlipCon is the ability we're going to have again to see each other face to face, interact in person. Josh, why do you think in-person events are important for our community?
Again, it's something that it's hard to put a value on that until you've experienced it in real life. Like it's cool, like, oh, you get to go meet people. But then when you actually get there and you actually meet people, you're like, oh, this is fantastic. I'm going to go to every event ever, So it's just something you can't really explain until you've been there, but it's invaluable. Whether it's FlipCon, whether it's Boss Reseller Remix, we're going to a YouTube event this year called Vid Summit, which is very expensive. But again, Mr. Beast is going to be there, and Ryan Trahan's going to be there, and Airrack, and all these like top YouTubers. And it's not a place for like fans to meet YouTubers. It's a place for people like YouTube creators to learn from these people. So like you can just walk around and just talk to them, that's what they're there for. So it's having that experience in a much smaller scale with the YouTube resellers is hopefully going to be very valuable for the attendees as well.
Absolutely.
And so let's dig in a little bit. So what can attendees expect overall at FlipCon?
Absolutely. So I have a very professional piece of paper here. If you're listening to this.
Oh, wow.
Right.
This is advanced encrypting technology that Josh is using. Could you please translate and decode?
When Caleb and I were doing a brainstorming session the other day, I was just grabbing something to write on. It ended up being this piece of paper, whatever. Yes. But that's just the kind of person I am. Harry Tornado. I'm not very organized. My brain just doesn't work like that. So we have 4 different panels. So like the first day is just going to be like an unofficial meet and greet. The we just put the full itinerary on the website. So if you guys are curious, you can go to the website and see. But first day registration starts at 4, I believe. So you can come in as early as 4 to register, but you're going to be on your own for dinner that night. And then the official meet and greet starts at 7. It goes from like 7 to about 9 in the hotel lobby. And that'll be just your time to meet everybody, show up. A lot of people are coming alone, and they've been posting in our Facebook group saying they were nervous and all this stuff. I'm like, it's fine. There's going to be so many people there that are alone. Just got to get in there and meet people. It's really fun being in an environment where everybody is like-minded. We're going to have name tags and stuff. So it's going to be fun to, break the ice at that event. Hopefully everybody will get a good night's sleep, because the next day is a full day. Breakfast is probably like 7:30 to 8:30. And then we'll have, I don't remember the exact order, but we'll have a panel on scaling, how to scale your business, no matter what platform you're on. We'll have a panel on optimization. I'm really excited for that one. We've got daily refinement, Osborne to thrift, and Mark 2, not your dad's CPA. So it's 3 different people talking about optimizing your business in like kind of 3 different ways, if that makes sense. I have a panel on networking and marketing, a panel on motivation, which I'm also super excited about. We've got a lot of great speakers on there. And then Caleb and I will finish it off with a panel mainly about YouTube, a little bit about reselling, but he and I, our strong point is the YouTube side of things. So that's what we're going to talk about for our event. And then we'll have a little bit of a break, like 2 or 3 hour break. People just relax, talk, change clothes, whatever you want to do. And then a dinner and after party that night. So it's going to be a full day for sure.
Josh, who are some of the speakers that will be there in addition to the recent people you just mentioned? Anybody else you want to mention, or?
Absolutely. We actually reached out to my Instagram followers a couple months ago and asked who would they like to see at the event that wasn't speaking on a panel. And a big name we had come up was Karen, Lavender Clothesline. So she's going to be there. Again, not on an official panel, but I'm sure she'll be happy to talk with whoever wants to talk with her and ask questions. She's I think her strong point is selling things that take a long time to sell. Like, she sells things all the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, how did that even sell? And it sold because she had it listed for a really long time. So her strong suit is the long game items, which I think is very interesting. Not many people specialize in that. And then another name was Art of Resell on YouTube. I think he's based out of Las Vegas. I don't know a ton about him. We've just started talking recently, but I reached out to him and told him to gave him a formal invite to the event. He's going to be coming as well. So a lot of people are excited to meet him. There's a ton of people coming. I need to go through like the list. And those are the big 2 names that aren't, that I think people will be excited to meet that aren't official speakers. But again, there's a lot of people coming. I think we sold about 250 tickets so far. So 250 plus the official speakers. So it's already about maybe 280 people so far with their plus ones and stuff.
Absolutely. Seriously, all of my East Coast friends are going to FlipCon. So we're all planning like, okay, I have a full agenda already. So it's going to be an incredible.
No, we're excited. There's actually a Goodwill Bins outlet location like 2 blocks away from the hotel. So people are
excited. We're all going to meet each other. I love it. I've done the bins. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me show people a little what I have.
That's right. I thought about like renting it out, like just paying Goodwill like $1,000 or something just to let us have it for the day. But then I was like, we can just go. And like, if we just walk in there with like 50 people or whatever, that would kind of be like taking it over. It'll make everybody else leave.
Oh no, even more fun, if we just take it over. No, I love it. We gotta do that. There you have it. Okay, so have you never been on Goodwill Bins? This is your opportunity. Don't be afraid.
Absolutely.
It's like sink or swim at the bins. So tickets are selling fast. You say you're expecting to sell out. There's like 3 weeks left. So where can sellers get tickets?
On our website, it's called flipcon.net. You can go there. You can see all the speakers. You can get tickets. You can book your hotel room. We do have a discounted room rate through the Sheraton, which is where the event's going to be. Pretty much everything you need is on that website, flipcon.net.
Perfect. And we'll include that link in the show notes as well.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. Josh, what does a ticket cost and what is included with a ticket, please?
Yeah, great question. So it's $295 I think there's like a tax or subcharge or something like that. So it ends up being like $302. And that gets you the day and a half of the event, Wednesday night and Thursday all day. Wednesday night, you'll get 2 free alcoholic drinks.
Oh, wow.
And I think we'll have some sort of snack available. Again, you're on your own for dinner that night. We'll have something to snack on. And then Thursday, you'll get breakfast, like 3 hours of panels in the morning, a catered lunch, another 2.5, 3 hours of panels in the afternoon. And then that night, you'll get catered dinner and the after party DJ and 2 more free alcoholic drinks. And if you don't know, hosting an event at a hotel, to get basically to rent the space, you have to use them for food. And I'm convinced that hotel food is the most expensive food in the entire world. I'll just be straight up with you. So they did let us use Chick-fil-A for breakfast because their cheapest breakfast option was like $28 a person or something. And I'm like, how about you just let us use Chick-fil-A for breakfast and we'll use you guys for everything else? And they agreed to that. But our total food cost for 300 people, which it might actually be more, is like $55,000. So it's extremely expensive. I think some people thought this event was just like a money grab. Like there's this Reddit thread where people are saying, it's just a waste of money. We are not going to make money with this, folks. I mean, we might make a couple grand or something like that, but there's a lot easier ways to make money for both me and Caleb. So this is an event really just focused on adding value to the participants. So yeah, that's what you get. I'm going to do YouTube channel reviews for anybody that wants them the first night and any other time I have. I'm not a professional, but I guess technically I am a professional. That's what I do to make my living. But I don't want to claim to be a professional. I'll just give you my opinion on what I think you could do better with your YouTube channel if you're interested in that. And again, everybody else, whether they're speaking on a panel or not, everybody's going to be willing to, sit down and answer questions and bounce ideas off of each other. And the whole point of the event is just like networking, like being in the same room with 300 people that do what you do for 2 days or day and a half. That alone is worth the ticket price, not including the 3 meals and 4 alcoholic drinks.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing. You have planned, FlipCon to be, let's say, not an extensive event. It's going to be like, in and out pretty much, and packed with a lot of information. What opportunities are attendees going to have to network, besides the incredible the party and the meals and the incredible drinks that, of course, it's an icebreaker when especially you don't even know each other. So what opportunities will we have for networking?
I would just say making contacts with people. Like you may not have time to speak with everyone. There's going to be, people that are really popular and everybody wants to talk to them. So you may not have, I probably won't have time to have a 20-minute conversation with every single guest. But I think you could at least get people's contact information, like find people that are from your state or sell the same thing as you on the same platform as you, and like make friends with those people. Because especially if they live on opposite sides of the country, they're not really your competition. Like you could learn from each other and they're not going to be stealing your sourcing spots anytime soon, So I think talking to people in person is important, but even if you don't have time to talk with everybody, make sure to make those rounds and see as many faces, introduce yourself to as many people as possible, and really make those contacts to stay in touch after the fact.
Smart. There you have it. That was smart. Yep.
It was so funny at the Boss Reseller Remix. Like when we got there, I could see people like looking at us, like people recognize us, but I think people were like nervous to say hi. And it's weird on both parts. Cause like people probably are just polite and they don't want to bother us. And I'm not going to go up to somebody and be like, hey, do you want a picture with me? Like, I'm not going to offer that because then I look arrogant, So it's like weirdness on both sides. But then the second or third night of the Boss event, like one person took a picture with us and then there was just like a line forming. It's like, okay, now that I'm seeing everybody else do it, I want to do it. So everybody at the event, nobody's like we're not going to have any security or anything like that. Like we want to talk to everyone. So don't feel bad. Don't feel shy about talking to us or wanting pictures. Like there's not a single person there that's going to be annoyed with you wanting to talk with them or take their picture. That's what they're there for. So don't be shy. Just say hi to anyone.
And I'm Clara's security. So, I mean,
don't mess with her.
I'm a pushover.
Thank you, Dougie.
You're welcome. I got your back. And I'll keep an eye on you too, Josh. Don't worry.
Thank you.
So you mentioned that List Perfectly is the sponsor of the event. So how did that all come together?
I don't really remember the exact details. I know I met Clara and Amanda last year at the Boss Reseller Remix, and our relationship kind of started there. And then we were looking for an event sponsor because, again, the food's so basically the ticket price covers food, and like like renting the microphones and the AV equipment was another $5,000, and the DJ was $1,100. There's a lot of extra expenses that come along with these events, so we had to add some event, but I didn't want to like spread the attention out over multiple companies. It's kind of like a YouTube video. If you do a YouTube video and you ask people to hit the like button and subscribe and go check out your List Perfectly affiliate and go check out your Whatnot affiliate and ask them all these different things, they're probably not going to do anything. But if you just ask them to do one thing multiple times in the same video, your conversion rate is going to be a lot higher. So I was really excited to have just one event sponsor, List Perfectly. Whatnot was planning on coming, but they're not going to be able to come now. They're doing Boss Reseller Remix instead of our event, which is fine. That's fine. I wish they could do both, but whatever. But I'm excited because it's just going to be again just a really focused event. Again, I don't remember the exact thing. I just asked you guys if there's something you'd be interested in, and I think we had already established that relationship.
Yes.
I've been an affiliate with you guys for like almost a year now.
And we even talked about it. I remember in Vegas, to be honest, we kind of played it. We were like, wow, wouldn't it be great, if like there was another event, like covering another demographic. And, we were like, oh yeah, you can count on us, so it was very vague, but it was like that foundation of our relationship that made it so easy to just grow together.
Absolutely. And it's a great product. When you're hosting an event and you're putting your name on something, you want to make sure that your sponsors align with your values. And I've loved working with you guys ever since the beginning. You've been actually our only like ongoing sponsor on YouTube. We've had a lot of sponsors that come in for one video or a month or two and then drop off, but you guys have been our only ongoing sponsor. So I greatly appreciate that. And hopefully the event does well.
That's right. That's right.
So Clara, do you want to give us a preview of what you have planned for the event? What can sellers expect from List Perfectly? Who's going to be there?
Absolutely. So I'm so excited because we're going to be going, of course, with you, Doug, and our incredible director of content. And then we're also going to have user number one and early adopter of List Perfectly, Teresa, our own Teresa Cox. Okay, she's gonna come. She's gonna be also our incredible Trish Glenn, coming to represent their incredible early adopters of List Perfectly. In what we have prepared for the incredible FlipCon event is not only things that are going to be necessary as a reseller, but also, is preparing with information and a welcoming event where we can explain not only where List Perfectly has been, where we're going, but all the new features we have just been releasing and giving an incredible summary of all the things List Perfectly is doing. Big things are coming and I can't wait. Amanda is working day and night to have that release, so I can announce it for FlipCon. So definitely an exclusive. Also, we can expect, Team List Perfectly and Team, the Seller Community Podcast, making sure we're reaching out to our community as always and getting that beautiful feedback for our communities from different topics, and especially, with so many great people that are going to be speaking about some incredible topics. So we have that, Doug, and also, you bet we're going to be in those incredible networking sessions, ready to speak and answer questions from anybody and meet as many people as we can.
Yeah, I'm excited. I know a bunch of the speakers. I know a bunch of people that are going to be there, and we're portable with the Seller Community Podcast. So we'll be touching base, getting interest for future episodes, and we'll do a follow-up episode, interview some people that are there. And no, just looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. And I'm excited too that it's, the first big event back. It's the biggest event on the East Coast. And like you said, it's not just focused like, PoshFest is coming, eBay Open is coming, not as big as it usually is, but it's like those are very marketplace focused, and this is community focused. And I like the spin too that you've got, like you said, the social media aspect as well.
We're very excited. We're trying to just be a little different. I don't want people to pay $300 to come hear, stuff they've been hearing on YouTube for the last 3 years. So we're trying to avoid like the elementary stuff. Like if you want to learn the basics of reselling, you can do that for free on YouTube. You don't have to pay for an event like this. So we're trying to focus on talking about things that we've either never talked about or rarely talked about. I've got a few things that I've learned in the last like 5 to 6 months on the reselling side of things that I haven't shared in a YouTube video yet. I've been specifically saving it for FlipCon. So we're trying to make the event as exclusive as we can.
What else should sellers know about this event, Josh?
Nothing. Just buy a ticket. You don't have to learn anything else. I mean, it's like I said, a lot of the information is on the website, the dates and times, and apparently it's the biggest event on the East Coast. I don't know if that's a big achievement. I don't know how many other East Coast events we're competing with here, but we are very excited. It's going to be well worth the money, well worth the time it's going to take to travel out, take a couple of days off work, and just get out there. And again, just surround yourself with like-minded people and bounce ideas off each other and try to learn something to help your business in some way.
Bouncing off a couple of things you said is like, once you go to something like this, you'll be hooked. If you haven't been to one, this is a good one. This is a good way to start. And then the other thing is it's understandable that people that haven't done this before, or maybe are coming by themselves, would be nervous, but everybody's going to be cool. Just go up and say hi to people. People will come up and say hi to you. You will not be able to hide in a corner or sit at a table by yourself, because sellers will come over and talk to you and introduce themselves. So don't be nervous. It's going to be an awesome event, and the community is amazing. And again, if you haven't done something like this, if you're thinking about it, really do it. Usually Ecom Chicago is pretty big, but they canceled this year. Okay. And so, yeah, as far as I've seen, and we keep pretty close tabs, you're the biggest seller event on the East Coast this year.
Awesome.
And then the first, I think the biggest one so far this year as well.
Congrats, Josh.
Yeah.
We'll see. Like I said, I think we probably will sell out. I mean, we've I think Reezy Resell, he's going to be one of the speakers, and he just posted a video on his YouTube channel promoting it, and Hustle at Home Mom promoted it a couple weeks ago, and we saw a nice influx of ticket sales from her. I don't think I've promoted it as much on my YouTube channel as I should. I'm doing this week we're doing the charity auction and whatnot for our Honduras charity. But then after this is done, for the last 2 weeks, I'll probably start pushing on our channel as the last push, try to get those last 50 tickets sold. A lot of people are waiting for some reason. Like, we get asked on our Facebook group, like, how many tickets are left? How many tickets are left? I'm like, why does it matter? Just buy one. Like, there's one left. You should get it. You should get it right now.
I was going to say, Tomo, we're almost sold out. They're all reserved. Done.
Yeah.
So you are doing this Whatnot charity donation. Do you want to mention that?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'm not sure when this podcast will go out, but we're doing Haley's home now, but last week she went to Honduras on a mission trip. It was like Tuesday to Tuesday. And while she was gone, I wanted to do something back home with a YouTube channel that I could kind of help the Honduras efforts, whatever I could. So I did a 7-day vlog series where I went out, basically doing what we normally do, just going out looking for profitable items. But then instead of flipping them for ourselves, we were going to sell everything in a big Whatnot auction at the end of the week. We just posted, I think, day 4 or 5 today. So we got, I think, 2 more days of vlogs to go up, and then our Whatnot auction will be Monday, August 8th, starting at 5 p.m., going until, who knows, probably like midnight or so. It's going to take us a while to get through all the items. But it's been awesome. It's funny because I'd asked Whatnot to just donate like $25,000 to the charity, and I would let them sponsor all 7 videos. And they were like, well, that's kind of a lot. So why don't we just give you an affiliate bonus? We'll give you like $50 in cash for everybody that signs up for Whatnot and actually purchases something. So we've had a lot of people sign up, but they never go through the process of, verifying their phone number and putting in their credit card information, actually buying something. And I was like, okay, I feel like we could probably make more money that way since it's for charity. And we've had, since we started the vlog, we've had almost 1,100 signups. So if those all buy something, that would be like almost $60,000 in referral bonuses. So
That's
I personally think it's funny when companies like underestimate influencer marketing a little bit. Like, oh, we can't afford 25,000. But I'm like, well, now you might have to pay 60. So you probably should have
Yeah,
taken my
exactly.
offer at the beginning. But it's all for charity. It's all fun.
Yeah.
And I'm actually very motivated. It's very difficult to do daily vlogs. A lot of editing, a lot of filming, a lot of Whatnot actually gave us a special affiliate code specifically for this week to get that $50 in credit. And we actually had so many signups that it broke it. And now people are they're supposed to get $15 in credit. And now they're only getting 10. And some people are saying that they're not getting anything. And so it's been, today especially been kind of a headache, but good problems to have. Hopefully everything gets sorted out and we'll be able to donate a lot of money to this charity.
That's awesome.
Incredible. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And thanks for doing that.
Wait, I love it. You know, we've had some success on YouTube over the last couple of years. So anytime it's been due, like we've wanted to do something big, you know, to give back to somebody that needs it. And the charity is called Mi Esperanza. They're based out of Honduras. Give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man a fish, feed him for a lifetime. And so I try not to get behind anything that's just like an expensive Band-Aid on something.
Thank you.
There's a lot of charities out there that just like, you know, let's feed homeless people. And I'm like, that's great. Homeless people need to be fed. But once this money runs out, are there still going to be homeless people? Like it's important, but like we need to do something that actually solves the problem and not the symptom, you know? So with this charity is called Mi Esperanza in Honduras, and they, it's basically there's three aspects to it. So they have employees that work at Mi Esperanza that make jewelry. They have like purses and leather, things like that. And they sell those on their website to generate income to support the business. So they employ people full time. They have a school where they teach women like hard skills that they can use and get like gainful employment to help their families. So these women don't have any education. They don't have any hard skills for the most part, but they can come to the school and take free classes about sewing, nail technician, cosmetology, English as a second language, computer literacy, totally for free. And now Mi Esperanza is actually making the daycare on site so the women can bring their kids. Wow. Their kids can stay at the daycare for free while they take classes. So I really see it as a charity that's, again, teaching a woman, in this case, teaching a woman to fish instead of giving her a fish. They're empowering and equipping women to generate income for their families ongoing, not dependent on further donations. Like if the charity was just like, we're just going to find poor women and give them some money, like that doesn't always fix the problem. You know, there is a microloan program. So once the women graduate from their whatever classes they're in, you know, if they have to take a sewing class and they want to get a microloan to start their own sewing business to make uniforms or school uniforms or something, Mi Esperanza does offer microloans for that. But that's about as close as they get to just giving money away. They've realized that just giving money doesn't really help most of the time, but teaching hard skills really does help.
I couldn't agree more with all of the above that you just said. You know, coming from Argentina, definitely I've been there, you know, and the most funny part is that those donations never reach to all of us that were poor. Okay, they're resold. Okay, they're being resold because there is fraud and a scheme system, and then it gets shipped back to USA, sold back to USA. It's just incredible. So it's just a cycle, and like you said, it's not teaching you a trade. So thank you, Josh, for sharing that. It means a lot to me. Everything you said is very close to my heart.
Absolutely. Really like giving to like when you can really see the impact of your money. Like Ryan Trahan, big YouTuber, he just raised like over $1 million for Feeding America, which is great. But if you really think about it, Feeding America probably gets millions of dollars in donations every single month, you know? So in the grand scheme of things, it did help, but it's hard to see your donated dollars at work. But when you give to a very small organization like this, like, you know, if we can raise $50,000, that would be huge. You know, they can finish building their daycare. They can fund the daycare for probably 2 years. So that it's a very, when you give to small organizations, it's very easy to see your money at work. And that usually motivates people to continue giving in the future. There's nothing worse than giving money to something and then seeing it wasted or not seeing anything ever happen to it.
Because you're creating an independency system and you are helping that local economy, you're helping the locals, okay, to actually trade their own services or products instead of reselling maybe something donated. You see, now you're competing with and putting local businesses out of business. So it means a lot, you know. It's proven what you're saying. It's proven that it's the most helpful thing you can do for the third world country.
Absolutely.
Anything to add before we close out and let you get back to planning?
I can't think of any details that I've left out. Again, we're just really excited to get everybody together and meet all these people in real life and just help each other. You know, it's going to be a big event, biggest on the East Coast, and just everybody's really excited to get help, give help, learn from each other. You know, I wish I knew how much experience, like collectively, everybody on the panel had, because we've all made so many mistakes. And literally, if you just come and just avoid one mistake that could cost you thousands of dollars or a year of wasted time or something, that alone is going to be a huge value. So we will definitely do our best to share all of our mistakes that we've made in business to help everybody else avoid them.
Yeah.
No, this will be huge for the seller community. And thank you for doing this. Thank you for what you do for the seller community. So we've been joined by Josh Farnell, Harry Tornado, talking about FlipCon. 1 ticket's left, ladies and gentlemen, so you better go get it. Now, there are some tickets, but it's selling fast. You can get tickets at flipcon.net, August 24th and 25th in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Sheraton Charlotte Airport Hotel, which is right by the airport.
That's what we picked Charlotte specifically because it was cheap to fly into, and because that airport was right there. I wanted to do it in Greenville, South Carolina, because it's really pretty there, but it was pretty expensive to fly in there.
Okay, I heard about that, Greenville. Okay,
yeah, it's great. I think it's the fastest growing county in, like, one of the fastest growing cities in America, but definitely the fastest growing in South Carolina. It's beautiful up there.
Beautiful.
Safe, good schools. Awesome. Good income, low cost of living.
Nice.
All right. So FlipCon, Josh Harry Tornado will be there. Clara will be there. I'll be there. Tons of sellers, tons of YouTube personalities, a bunch that I know. I'm excited to see Reezy again, Hustle at Home Mom, some of the others. Yeah, looking forward to it. And thanks, Josh, for joining us again today.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you for your time. And it was a pleasure again speaking with you, and we'll see you soon.
All right.